Mao Zedong. How do I even begin to explain him? He is a strong, hard-working, controlling man. He was born in Hunan Province on December 26, 1893. He lived a pretty simple childhood. When he was young, he worked in the fields and grew up in a peasant family. When we were 8, we started school together. We were both Chinese educated. He loved learning and he was a very good tutor. When we were 12, he used to tutor me in math. When we were 13, school ended, but we never stopped talking. We became very, very close and eventually fell in love. We thought that we had everything planned out because at age 16, he went back to school and took up teaching jobs. Little did we know that he would become one of the greatest communist leaders in the world. In 1921, he became a Marxist member of the Chinese Communist Party. He was always trying to improve political work for the peasants in his native province because that's how both of us grew up. He wanted to help them as much as he could, so he organized a rural revolution. He established a Soviet Republic of China in Zhejiang province in 1928. I remember the day 3 years after that, when he was elected chairman of the Soviet Republic, and how happy he was and how proud of him I was. But after that, he became very busy, even too busy for me. It was a good 5-year relationship, and he treated me well like I deserved. But love always comes with a price, and his was making time for his job over me. Even though we stopped seeing each other, I still stayed close with his family, so I knew what was going on in his life. He became the world's most important communist leader after he led his men on a 6,000-mile march through Jihasi and Yehin. It was surprising to me that he decided to take after the Soviets' economic system because Mao always wanted original ideas. It didn't last very long though. When social change came out in 1958, he accused the USSR of betraying Marxism. After this, he launched his Great Leap Forward plan. Great Leap Forward plan encouraged the establishment of rural industry and the use of surplus rural labor. The plan failed terribly. Over 20 million people starved, and it led to a huge famine in China. After his plan failed, he withdrew from the public view for a while. After that, he came back to see me. He said he missed me and that leaving me was the biggest mistake he ever made. I was too scared to trust him again. That was, until he proposed to me. We were able to spend a few months together until the rumors started. The truth is, though, they weren't rumors. I knew it was true. The government wanted him back. I was hurt, but I was still happy for him, and I knew that our nation needed him a lot more than I did. 2 years after he went back, he launched the Great Cultural Revolution. It made the country go insane. Young kids were leaving their studies and attacking their Bulgaria's professors. The industry was now bureaucratic. He changed nearly everyone's way of thinking to the Marxist-Leninists. Mao fixed a lot for China. He fixed their relationship with the US and got it back to positive terms. As Mao got older though, he got sick with a disease called cult of personality, which led him to retirement. I went to visit him a few times when he was sick, and he spent most of his time writing poetry. He was married to another woman by then, who was still under control of the Cultural Revolution Mao started. He died on September 9th, 1976. His funeral day was the saddest day of my life. I still loved him, and I knew that he still loved me too. Mao was a strong, independent leader who put the good of his people before himself, and I will never forget him.